Welcome to a special year-end edition of the France 24 debate. I'm François Picard. What to say when a youth movement turns 50? During the coming year, if you follow things French, you will be seeing, hearing, and reading a lot about the golden anniversary of May 68. That's when a small student protest in favor of co-ed dormitories would snowball into a general strike that would shut down the country. Similar mass movements erupting elsewhere in Europe and around the globe. It was not about the Prague Spring uprising against the Soviets at the time, not the Vietnam War, not civil rights. In this country, there was a lot of leftist rhetoric, plenty of blowback against a decade of conservative rule under General de Gaulle. But the protests only became about class struggle per se when the movement spread beyond students to trade unions. Rather, if still today those 6 weeks are still firmly ingrained in this nation's psyche, it's because May 68 signaled the coming of age of the baby boomer generation. Those who grew up after the Second World War wanted to live by different rules. Demographers might argue it was the moment the me generation took power, and some even say they have yet to concede it. Is that true? What's the meaning of May 68? Joining us as a 27-year-old photojournalist, Bruno Barbet was there. He covered May 68 for the great Magnum Photo Agency. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening.
Whatever, good day. And that's why if we could call up one of perhaps Bruno Barbet's photos, we could say that they really are iconic. This one is one for the ages. Bruno, tell us about this picture.
Yes. This is Boulevard Saint-Germain. It was taken at the beginning of May 68, as far as I could remember, probably the 3rd of May. And there was, not so far from La Sorbonne, there was a big riot on the Boulevard Saint-Germain, you know, in Paris, is where the students near, at the corner of Boulevard Saint-Michel. So we are right in the middle of Quartier Latin.
What were your thoughts when you were shooting this?
Well, you know, the strange thing is that in 68, I mean, France was one of, there was no, as far as I remember, unemployment. There was no people jobless. Things were doing very well. And it's only after 73, the oil crisis in 73. So one wonder why there was such a uprising. I guess, indeed, there was a desire to change the society, to have more freedom, also to escape the civilization of consumption. And also there was...
Consumer society.
Yeah, and also there was, of course, not only riots in Paris, there was riot in London, there was in Italy, all around in Japan, and also against Vietnam War. Well, Vietnam War was also one of the big catalysator. I don't know.
Catalysts.
Yeah. Vietnam
for the movement around the globe. But I want to ask about here in France. Brice, simple question: why'd you go on strike?
In 68, you
Yes.
mean? Well, it was not a strike. Actually, we were cross in the university because the baby boomers, as you said, the university was not at all ready for that. You know, it was so crowded, and we had the impression the teachers were looking down on us. You know, all these guys.
Yeah, the professors were called mandarins, right?
Yes, mandarins. So this, you know, we felt scorned a bit, you know, and we wanted. There was every day there was a new reform de l'université. So the new minister of education wanted to reform the university, and in the end, even some people who had succeeded in the examination, they had to we passed them, and you know they were getting mad at that. And there was there was some insatisfaction in France because there had been some rioting also in some cities for instance in Caen and places like that, and we were very internationalist. We felt very close to the Mexican, you know, Mexican students were just shot down in the stadium. We had the Berkeley free speech movement. You had something in Berlin. We were telephoning every day to Berlin. What's happening? So we felt very international.